Let's try that one more time. Good afternoon, Hollis Upper Elementary School. That is very nice. Thank you so much. I can tell that you're already going to be a fantastic audience because you knew to stop talking when I started talking. That is so respectful. Thank you very, very much. So good afternoon and welcome to our Memorial Day Remembrance Assembly. Today we gather to honor a special and solemn occasion, one that allows us to reflect on the true meaning of courage, sacrifice, and freedom. Memorial Day is a day when we remember and pay tribute to the brave men and women who have served in the armed forces and made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Just think about that statement for a minute. And here today with us, we do have some very special guests. You might have noticed that they're in a special place of honor. Here are the veterans who were able to come today. How about a big round of applause for them? As you remember, we honor the living on Veterans Day. Today we're honoring those who sacrificed, who are no longer living with us. And here to help us do that, I'm going to introduce our veterans. I want to share with you a little bit about their rank and their branch. So, as a lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army, let's welcome Greg DeBon. As a first sergeant in the Army, let's welcome Michael Arndt. As a captain in the Air Force, let's welcome Stephanie Zapato. As a major in the Army, let's welcome Robert Brandt. As a captain in the Army, let's welcome Adam Kushmarek. There he is, over there. And I'd like to honor Frank Sloblada. I do not know your rank, I'm sorry. I'll get it next year. And serving as a private first class in the Army Air Corps, let's hear it for Bob Smith. Bob Smith, right there. Serving as a specialist in the Army, let's hear it for Bruce Moran. And serving in the Air Force, let's hear it for Bob Glover. Serving as a specialist in the Army National Guard, Patrick Moquin. Serving as a sergeant in the U.S. Army, Stuart Jackson. And serving on the Air Force Special Forces Combat Control, Dan Edwards. Thank you so much for being here and helping us honor and live the memory of those brave men and women. As we go through today's program, let's keep in mind the true purpose of Memorial Day. It is not just about having a day off from school or enjoying a barbecue. It's really about remembering the heroes who gave us the precious gift of freedom. Let us show our respect and gratitude by listening attentively, reflecting deeply, and carrying forward the spirit of their sacrifice in our hearts. I invite Colton and Ezra, along with Marcy and Claire, to join me up here. And at this time, we're going to ask you to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. And we're going to ask you to remain standing, because afterwards we'll have the national anthem. Our flag is over here.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. You might have heard the phrase, freedom isn't free. Anybody heard of that? Raise your hand, have you? I have. Well, it means that freedom we enjoy every day comes at a great cost. It's because of the dedication and bravery of countless soldiers that we can live in a nation where we are free to learn and play and dream big. Who's got some big dreams? Yeah. Who has some ideas of what you want to do later today? How about this weekend? Did anyone tell you aren't allowed to do those? Probably not, right? Because we live in a country where we are free to choose those activities. It might be really hard to fully understand what these sacrifices actually mean. But think of it this way. These soldiers were someone's family members, someone's friend, someone's neighbor. They left behind everything they knew, their homes, their loved ones, and they chose to go protect a greater cause. They believed in the values that our country stands for so strongly that they said, yep, I have this great, comfortable life. I'm going to go over here to another country that I don't know to try to make sure I'm protecting those freedoms. They went and they fought for liberty and justice and equality. Turn and talk to your friends right now. What does liberty, justice, and equality mean to you? What does that really mean? What does it mean when I say they fought for that? All right. Finish your sentences in 5, 4, 3. Equality. Did you have a discussion about that? It feels pretty good to be treated equally, doesn't it? It feels good to know, hey, I can do something, you can do something, and we have the ability to do that. Did you talk about justice? I know 6th graders, where are you? You study injustice. Do you like it when you see it? when you see injustice happening. I don't like it, right? If you saw that happening somewhere else, maybe you're going to be a soldier and go fight there, right? Because we don't like injustice. And how about liberty? That was a kind of a hard one. Did anyone talk about liberty? A few people, right? So we want to make sure that all of those values that these men and women who went to fight for and didn't come back. When we talk about the ultimate sacrifice, we're talking about the people who died in the line of their service. They were willing to give up everything to defend these ideals. So today we take a moment and say thank you. Thank you, right? Thank you, right? Say thank you so much. They served, they're no longer with us. We're going to thank them for things like this. Thanks for being brave. Thank you for dedicating your life to our country. And thank you for loving our country so much you fought for it. It's really important that we do these things. We need to honor their memory by remembering their stories and appreciating the freedom that we have because of them. Do you have someone you're thinking about today? I want you just in your mind quietly, is there someone you're thinking about? Let's remember them for just a moment. So I want you to keep your memories close as we continue with our program. At this time, I'd like to invite Sai and Effie. They'll be reading a poem for us.
This poem is called Poppy, Poppy. Poppy, Poppy, what do you say?
Wear me on Remembrance Day. Poppy, Poppy, what do you tell?
Many soldiers in battle fell. Poppy, Poppy, what should we know?
That peace on earth should grow, grow, grow.
Thank you, Sai. Thank you, Effie. At this time, I'd like to invite Emma and Charlotte. They have a speech they want to share with us.
Memorial Day Speech by Emma McCormick and Charlotte Serlin. We thank you for all you have done for our country. Everyone is very grateful for you.
You have provided an opportunity for us to live as happy as we do. We wouldn't feel safe without you.
You have truly changed our lives. Your first priority was saving others and not yourself.
Your kindness, generosity, and plain and simple love for our country will always, always be remembered in our hearts.
So we will forever be grateful for all that you have done for us. You gave us the freedom to live our lives in happiness every single day.
Happy Memorial Day. Thank you, veterans.
At this time, I'd like to invite Harper up. Harper will be reading a poem.
Our Memories by Lenore Hetrick. If we remember those who are gone, then they live again. They are here once more. They smile and speak, just as do living men. So let us give our thoughts to the brave upon this Memorial Day. In spiritual fellowship, let us speak and listen to what they say. For a soldier who died for his country must know much that he could tell. If we caught the message, it might serve us oft and well. So in our memories, let the dead linger often and long. Recollections of that kind live and are like a springtime song.
Thank you so much. At this time, I'd like to invite Olivia up. She will be reading. Where are you, Olivia? Oh, you're over there. Come on over. She'll be reading something that she's written called Taps.
Thank you. It is a traditional for Memorial Day to play taps in honor of our fallen soldiers. The history of taps begins with using the familiar tune as a way to signal Civil War soldiers to turn off the lights and camp at night. Later, it was requested to be played at a funeral instead of the customary firing of the rifles, and since then has remained the symbolic tune for our fallen heroes.
Liliana, could you please come up? You have a speech for us. Talk nice and loud into the microphone, okay?
Today, as you know, is Memorial Day, which is a day to honor those that died in war, helping us to be free. These brave people have worked hard and gave their life for us in our country. Today is a day when we remember those who fought and died to give us the wonderful free life we have today. According to my research, there has been 1,236,640 soldiers that gave their lives for us to be free. That shows how many people want to make this country a better place. So on this day, I'm here to remind you, this is a day to honor those who sacrificed their lives for us.
At this time, I'd like to invite Genevieve and June. They'll be reading Memorial Day. Talk nice and loud into the microphone, ladies.
No, you go.
The bugle echoes shrill and sweet, but not of war it sings today. The road is rhythmic with the feet.
Rose blossoms white and red on tombs of where weary soldiers lie. Flags wave above honored dead and martial cleaves in the sky.
Above the wreath-strewn graves we kneel. They kept the faith and fought the fight. They plunged for freedom and the right.
May we, their grateful children, learn their strength who lie beneath this sod, who went through fire and death to earn. At last we accolade of God.
In shining rank arrayed, they marched the legions of the Lord. He is their captain unafraid, the prince in peace who brought the sword.
I hope you've enjoyed some of the original things that the students have written for you, coming from their heart. And even if they didn't write something, just the practice it takes to be up here and to talk in front of 400 people is really brave. So thank you for making that really special for us during our Memorial Day remembrance. And our HUES band will be playing Legacy of Heroes. They have been practicing and practicing, and we really appreciate the time and effort that they have put in above and beyond their schoolwork as well. Mr. Wallace. That was fantastic. Thank you, HUES Bands members. As we come to a close on our Memorial Day Assembly, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here today. We have spent this time honoring and remembering the brave men and women who have given their lives in service to our country. Their sacrifice allows us to enjoy the freedoms and opportunities we have today. Throughout this assembly, we've taken the time to reflect on the true meaning of Memorial Day. It's important for us to carry these lessons with us, not just today, but every day. If you're wondering, how can I honor the memory of the heroes in your daily lives? Here are a few simple ways. Number one, learn and remember. Take time to learn about our country's history and the people who have fought for our freedoms. You can ask parents, teachers, veterans you might know about their experiences. You can read books. We have a lot of them in our library, right? You can read blogs. You can read different pieces of information. Understanding the past helps us appreciate the present and guides us to a better future. Number two, you can show gratitude. Whenever you see a member of the military or a veteran, don't hesitate to thank them for their service. And I remember last year we talked about, well, how do you do that? And you'd be like, do I say thank you? Do I just kind of nod? I think any of those are fine. A simple thank you or a smile or just maybe a hand over your heart, just be like, thank you so much as you pass by. It can mean a lot to someone who dedicated their life to protecting our country. You might not know this, but I come from a long family of veterans. My dad, my brothers, my grandfather, my uncle. Every Memorial Day, every Veterans Day, I send them a text saying, I just want to thank you one more time. Now, I've been doing that for a long time. Do you think they know I appreciate them? Would it be okay if I skipped it one year? What do you think? Probably not. I wanted them to know that they matter and are really important. And so whether it's 6 in the morning or 2 in the afternoon, whatever you're doing, you can always show gratitude. Number 3, be a good citizen. Being a good citizen means being kind, respectful, and helpful to others. It means standing up for what's right and treating everyone with fairness. It does not mean being a bystander. You need to be an upstander. By being responsible and caring for individuals, we honor the values that so many fought and died for. Did you hear that really big number that we read in the speech? That's a lot of people who died for us. And last but not least on my list, and certainly not last, you can participate in Memorial Day activities, whether it's visiting a local memorial, attending a parade, or simply spending a moment of silence at 3 p.m. on Memorial Day. Take part in those activities that honor those who have served. I was driving home. I pass a little cemetery every day on my way home, and I actually saw people going around all the graves and putting flags on them. That made me feel really good. It made me want to stop at the cemetery that's close to my house to make sure the flags were there for them. So as we conclude, let us remember that Memorial Day is more than just a holiday. It's a day of remembrance, a day of gratitude. It's a day when we come together as a community to honor those who have given us the greatest gift of all, freedom. But before we go, let's take a moment to think about these families, the families of those heroes, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, siblings, friends who have made those great sacrifices, that person you might have been thinking about. Their strength and resilience remind us of the importance of supporting one another. In the spirit of Memorial Day, let's pledge to keep these memories of the brave individuals alive through your action. So your action might have been like, hey, I'm going to wear red, white, and blue today, or hey, I'm going to go do this, or I'm going to say thank you, right? Through your words and your hearts. Let's strive to make our world a better place, where one where values of freedom, justice, and equality continue to thrive. Thank you for joining me here today. Let's leave here with a renewed sense of gratitude and commitment to honor the legacy of the fallen heroes. I want you to have a thoughtful and reflective Memorial Day weekend. So as you are looking to your teachers, you are welcome to wave to the veterans, say thank you. Just make sure that you're showing that gratitude. Thanks, everyone. Really appreciate it. Thank you.